Hello there, and welcome to this parrying guide for Battlefront 2. I'll be showing you the ins and outs of parrying. First off, the basic parry. A parry happens when an enemy strikes your lightsaber, and then you strike immediately afterwards. This gives you a free hit without taking any damage yourself, as you can see in these clips. But be careful, because a mistimed attack can and will be blocked by the opponent, which very well could lead to you getting hit. Next up, the double parry. The double parry functions the same as a normal parry, but in this case, you attack twice after blocking. This can be great for packing extra damage. However, oftentimes the opponent can strike you after the second hit, as long as they act fast enough, so trade that damage wisely. I personally find using this on Grievous's thrust surge to be extremely effective and punishing on that Grievous. Now let's look at force parries. Many force abilities can be used instead of a lightsaber attack after blocking. This is a great way to knock down enemies and get in free hits. It is important to keep in mind that some force abilities are easier to parry with than others depending on how fast the animation goes, while some can't even be used to parry at all, like Kenobi's push or Luke's repulse. Similarly to force abilities, almost all other damage dealing abilities can be used to parry, with the exception of Grievous's relentless advance, or at least I think that is impossible. Feel free to correct me if it is. This parrying relationship does indeed go both ways. You can use saber attacks on a majority of abilities after blocking them, and you can use abilities to parry all other abilities too, other than two, which coincidentally both belong to the most overpowered character. Even things like Grievous's Claw Rush can be parried with both saber attacks and abilities. Obi-Wan's Defensive Rush is an ability that cannot be parried with a lightsaber strike, so do not even attempt it. However, he can still be damaged and parried with all force and damage abilities. Like Defensive Rush, Vader's Choke and Saber Throw both cannot be parried, but this time in any way. Vader does not stop blocking during these attacks, so it's best just to evade him. On the contrary, Maul's Saber Throw can be parried, although be careful, because if you're right in front of Maul when you parry, you will get hit by the saber on its return. Now let's look at semi-parries. Semi-parries are when you parry an unblockable attack. Keep in mind that these attacks are unblockable, so you will take full damage. But in all three cases, the opponent will take much more damage if performed correctly. Yoda is the simplest, where you just attack Yoda after or during the dash to trade 85 damage for over 100. For Anakin, you have to parry the first and second hit in Passion Strike to get full value, which is indeed more damage than you take. Kylo can be punished very harshly for his Frenzy. If you parry all three hits in Frenzy, then you will do about triple the amount of damage taken. Plus, if you use a force ability to parry the last blow, then you could possibly get 4, 5, or even 6 hits, which will almost guarantee you a kill. Moving along, an almost perfectly timed parry is what we call, well, a perfect parry. This is a parry where there's little to no animation for the swing after blocking. This essentially makes it so that there's no window for taking damage from an outside source like a second duelist. Perfect parries also allow you to do a double parry more quickly, which can decrease the odds of getting hit. Finally, we get to the saber lock / parry lock. This is when two duelists parry each other's parries and is extremely rare. This takes two highly skilled duelists to occur naturally, and in fact this clip here is the only instance where this has happened to me in a real duel. To win a parry lock, you must either have the opponent mistime their parry and get hit, the opponent stops parrying, the opponent uses an ability, or the opponent just runs out of stamina first. All of these cases, the opponent ends up getting hit and loses a little bit of health. That concludes the video. There are some tiny hero specific tricks that a ton of times takes a ton of skill to do that I may have left out. I mean, I once saw Luke double parry a Maul dash, which I don't even have a clue how to do. Let me know if I did get anything wrong or I missed anything. I'll make sure to pin that comment so others can see it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and if you really did enjoy the video, please leave a like. I'm just trying to grow this really, really tiny channel. So, honestly, just thank you for giving me 5 minutes of your time. If you really feel like a saint, then feel free to subscribe. That would be absolutely awesome. I'll be posting more dueling guides soon if you want to look out for those. And yeah, guess that's all. May the force be with you. Peace.